It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day and the grand reveal at the neighbor's extreme quarantine makeover. Hannah found some really great footage of this installation 6 weeks after it went in. Take a look at this. Did you notice how small this garden was and how tightly and compact everything was in the beginning? And then before I tore into it, how it was just this, it was as though the garden had thrown up. But I do like the look of a tiny little garden. There's something very sweet about a brand new installation, but there's so much more energy and power in a mature succulent garden. So where I did spend a lot of time, you know, pulling out detritus, re-exposing the rock, treating things for insects as I saw them, deadheading, resetting, limbing up. You know, I did some things. It really wasn't that hard. And now what I feel is happening in this garden, this, after nearly 3 years, is transitioning away from being so much of a intricate tapestry garden, and it's starting to look more like a specimen garden as these plants start to mature and carry their own weight and develop their own personalities. I'm very happy with this glauca here. In lieu of the sticks on fire, you had very compelling points. I appreciated all of your feedback very much. You helped me see things in different ways, and I valued everybody's comments. I did agree with the majority of you, though, that I just couldn't make my peace with that plant in that spot. I felt like it was distracting. And remember, we talked earlier in the week about microclimates and how this upper level does not get the sun that the bottom level does. So to put that sticks on fire in the back up on top, it would lose its luster. It would not be happy. It's too shady back there, and that I know from experience that that would not be the place for it. But you can learn that for yourself. This is the whole point of doing this, is to make mistakes, because we don't learn anything when we're getting it right. So for yourselves in your own personal gardens, take risks and be bold and pay attention. And if plants are pouting, just move them around. Look at what a difference 3 feet can make in a garden. Absolutely amazing. You all, so many of you have been sending me pictures of this just this last week. This is a crassula leaf, and that is snail damage or slug. But that's what that looks like, in case you're wondering, if you're seeing this on your plants. I treat with Bugetta. I do treat for snails with a chemical. If you aren't comfortable using chemicals, you know, you can put a dish of beer out and they'll crawl in it and drown, or, you know, do whatever you want. But I like my Bugetta Plus. And when I start to see snails showing up, I typically will apply it once every week until I don't see any snails anymore. Okay, so, you know, I limbed up that pygmy palm a little more to expose more of the barrel cactus. You know, and it's so funny because when I first came over here on that first day, I thought I might take the barrel cactus out of this installation. That was my initial thought. I thought that I was going to take out this grenadiensis too. I thought that that was probably going to be too big. I was concerned with all of the Crassula argentea, that it might be overpowering. I thought that this plectranthus was going to have to be cut back to a nub. But as I got into it and things started to open up, I realized the potential and the beauty of this garden at this time. This is May 1st, happy May Day. This is the beginning of our spring. And so you want to take that into consideration in your gardens too. What time of year is it? What plants are going off? And yeah, you know, you weren't wrong when you said the plectranthus looked a little run-amucky. But dudes, look at the flowers on it. I mean, how in the world could I possibly just shred that up? Yeah, I'll probably come back in a couple weeks and trim those out and maybe even thin this plectranthus up a little more. But sometimes it's okay to let stuff ride and just enjoy it for the temporary amount of time that the plant will give you. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different kinds of rock going in this little garden, in addition to a number of boulders. And I didn't have to bring in any additional top dressing rock. I didn't have to bring in any plants. And I was able to, I had some cuttings of Crassula left over that my neighbor said that I could keep, so I'll be repurposing it elsewhere. But for the most part, I used everything in just a slightly different context. So this is a win-win. We'll be coming back to this garden from time to time now that we have the blessing of the homeowner. So this will be added to our repertoire of videos. I've got some very special things in line for you. We're going to be planting up some of Susan Ock's pots. Oh gosh, I'm super stoked to do that and to really teach you the intricacies of how to display your specimens and how to really make pots work. So that's coming up. Everybody get out in your gardens today. Have a wonderful day. Take in that fresh air. Thanks for following, and I'll catch you later. This has been Laura Eubanks at Design for Serenity with the grand reveal and your succulent tip of the day.